What can I do for you, Rod? You just tell me, what can I do for you?
Here it is.
Just want to make sure you're ready.
Show me the money.
Show you the money. Show you the money. Show me the money. Show me the money!
Hey, good morning, boys. What's going on? We are on another episode of Gamblers Anonymous, episode numero 12. Yes, that's right. We're up to 12 weeks in this. Today is our bounce back week, boys. Little bit of a rough one last week. Nodder leading the way once again, 3-2, followed by B-Mac, yikes, 1-4, and me still sitting in the dumpster, 2-3. Overall record of 70, 61, and 4. You minus me out of that, and boy, you guys are phenomenal. Gentlemen, good morning, Nodder.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? It's a beautiful day out there, you know.
B-Mac, I see that you still survived from your Christmas tree hanging yesterday.
Can't hear a word he's saying.
Oh boy, what do you mean?
Oh jeez.
Oh, hey, can you hear me now?
Oh, hey, how are you?
You know what it is? It's the mute button was on. So
Is that what?
typically when that's on, can't hear anyone. So that's an issue we resolved along with the Christmas lights yesterday, which was an absolute disaster. So shout out to all the dads out there that have been putting up Christmas lights, climbing up ladders, you know, for decades upon decades. This is something that is not fun at all. But
Have you seen the new Christmas or the new lights that you could just put up on your house and you can just change the colors on your phone? But they're like permanent lights, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a couple of our neighbors have them. They do like light shows, like light designs. But my wife says colored lights are tacky.
My wife says the same thing.
So we have to have the warm white up, blue, red, green. She's like, that's tacky. So, but you know, I'm the yes man. When you get married, just yeah, babe, sure.
Just do exactly what they say, and you'll be alive the next day. You know?
Exactly.
Well, there is a saying that goes, happy wife, happy life. Gentlemen.
Yeah, for sure.
We got to get into some happy picks this week. We need to get into some happy picks this week. By the way, if anybody is wondering what that number is on my screen, is it there? Can you see? Oh, it's not even there right now. You're about to see it very shortly. But as you can see on the bottom, if you do have a problem gambling, please make sure you visit ccp.org. Yeah, that's what I'm getting into. Obviously, with my record, I probably should have called. I should be on their VIP list. But guys, let's get right into this. It is Sunday. It's week 12. What a slate of games. Brian, do you want to comment on that?
We got, not a great slate today. This could be the worst week of the NFL season so far. I mean, you know, the Broncos, Browns, Bucks, Colts, Pats, Giants. I mean, it's not a great week at all for NFL fans, but it is a great week if you gamble on NFL games. So, and every week, in my opinion, is a good week when you can win some money. So that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to run through some winners for you.
Run through some winners. Winner, chicken parm dinner. Boys, let me start it off and let you know where that money is going to go before we burn down the house. All right, today, let's go. 1 o'clock games, New Orleans at Atlanta. Atlanta +2, 55% around the home team. Pittsburgh at Cincy +2, 38% like the Bengals. Jacksonville, maybe the game of the week. Ride it on this one. They're at Houston. Houston is getting 1.5 at home, 70% in favor of the home team. Tampa Bay Bucks at the Colts. Colts -2.5, 50-50 there. My New England Patriots are on the road at the New York Football Giants. Giants getting 3.5 at home, 66% say give me that 3.5. Dumpster fire game of the week. Carolina at Tennessee. God, this is horrible. 72% like the Titans -3.5. 4 o'clock games. Los Angeles Rams at Arizona Cardinals +3 say let's go Kyler Murray, 48%. I'm sorry, +3 Cardinals, 48%. There you go. 68% say Cleveland at Denver -1.5. Kansas City at the Raiders +9.5. 44% are in favor of the Raiders. Buffalo at Philly. Ooh, this might be the game of the week. Philly -3. 39% say give me Fly Eagle Fly. Tonight, Baltimore takes on the Chargers. Chargers +3. 39% say the home team, Chargers. Last but not least, Monday night, the Chicago Bears are taking on Minnesota at Minnesota. Minnesota, -3. 37% say the Vikings, boys. Lock of the week. Let's get right into it right now. Brian, who do you got?
All right, my lock of the week is going to be the Eagles -3 against the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are not the same Bills. I do agree the media sometimes gets, involved, hyping teams up and then blowing some other players under the bus. A lot of Lamar Jackson fans have felt some type of way about the way the media treated Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. And, the Ravens have spoke this year. I mean, they're on fire, and we're looking at the Bills, really coming to true form, right? So they're not as great as everyone thought they were, especially this year. And I love the Eagles, who are hands down the best team in football right now, the way that the record displays and the way that they've performed against teams like the Cowboys and Chiefs, etc. So I love the Bills only laying 3. Or the Eagles only laying 3 against the Bills. That to me is a home run winner chicken dinner.
Bang, Nader, who do you like?
All right, my lock this week, boys, I'm going with the Chiefs. Listen, Raiders are hurting a little bit. Max Crosby is doubtful today, I believe, with a knee injury. But no, listen, I like the Chiefs -9.5. They covered last week. They won 31-13. So I am going straight with the Chiefs. I think that's an easy win for them, and they're going to just keep rolling.
All right, boys, I like it. I'm going a little bit different today. I can't pick a game, so I'm going to pick the overs and unders. I did a lot of those today. I am going under Kansas City, Las Vegas, under 43.5. Kansas City defense, one of the top 3 in the NFL. And if I'm going to burn down the house, I got to go against everybody else. Right now, only 35% of the people out there are taking Kansas City in the under. I'm going to ride with them, ride or die. So there we go, boys. Those are our locks of the week. Let's get into our 5-alarm fire. Nader, why don't you start this one off today?
Wow, this is quite the honor. I appreciate the first go around here. All right, boys, 5-alarm fire. This is it. Guys, guess what? The Giants are going to beat the Patriots today. Money line, +176. Giants scored 31 points last week. Mac Jones, listen, interceptions all over the place. The guy can't even finish a quarter out without throwing an interception. And not for nothing, Mr. DeVito, come on. Got through for over 200 yards last week. I think the Giants take the Pats home, and they are I'm going money line though, because I do think it's going to be a close game. For those who are interested in the over unders, I would also take a look at that under as well. I don't think you're going to see many points on the board, but I think DeVito's going to have a decent game. Mac Jones should have no problem with this Giants team, but we'll see. Number 2, I'm going Ravens Chargers. I'm going Ravens -3. The Ravens, they're a little banged up, but they're coming off of, I think, 10 days of rest. So there's no Andrews. I think Odell Beckham is going to be out today. And Zach Flowers is available, but he's a little banged up as well. But I think that the Chargers haven't been playing well. I really just think that Herbert's on the wrong team. You know what I mean? I think if you put him in a different environment, I think he's going to do better. But I like the Ravens to cover today, -3. My Arizona Cardinals, who have been giving me some pretty good luck this year. This is my 3rd pick. Cardinals versus Rams. I like the Cardinals money line +122. Cardinals haven't beaten the Rams in a long time, and that's fair. But I think today's the day. The last time they got absolutely smoked by the Rams, but they didn't have Connor, and they did not have Mr. Murray. So I'm going Cardinals +122 money line. I think a lot of these games are going to be pretty close today, so I felt more comfortable with the money line than some of the spreads.
Yep.
Number 4, I already talked about it. It's my lock of the week. I like the Chiefs versus the Raiders -9.5. Like I said, Max Crosby's out. He's like the heart and soul of that Raiders team, and I think that if he's going to be out, I think it messes with the whole entire dynamic of that Raiders team. So I am going Chiefs -9.5. And then the next game, I'm actually really excited about this game. I think it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a very high-powered offensive game. The Jags versus Texans. I like the over in this one. The over 47.5. Going with the Jags over 47.5. The Jags have been great on the road. They're 5-0. The Texans are 4-2 in their last 6 games. But Texans have also lost to Carolina and Atlanta, 2 really, really bad football teams. So if you don't like the over-unders, You could always take a look at the money line there, but I like the over 47.5. Jags versus Texans. Those are my 5.
Very nice, Nodder. B-Mac, what do you got?
All right, we're starting off. I agree with Nodder. Ravens -3. Ravens are one of the hottest teams in football. I always bet against bad coaches. Always. You're going to win most of the time. And Brandon Staley is probably the worst coach in the National Football League. He's horrid. The fact that he still has a job is mind-blowing. Ravens -3. That's going to be a double-digit win for the Ravens, regardless of who they have playing. They're hot. Lamar's hot. Their run game is actually very underrated. So we're going to take the Ravens -3 against the worst coach in the NFL as my first pick. Second pick, Eagles -3 for reasons I mentioned before. Hottest team in football, best record in football. They're not slowing down anytime soon. The Bills are it's a dumpster fire in Buffalo. Okay, they have a potential to miss the playoffs this year if they keep losing, and they're going to keep losing this week. Eagles -3. That's not a problem at all. Third game is going to surprise a lot of people. I love the way Russell Wilson's playing in Denver. I think the Broncos. It's -1, 1.5, depending upon when you get it in. Versus the Browns. Browns are a dump. And Russell Wilson the past few weeks is looking like a top 10 quarterback in the NFL again. So he's looking really, really, really good. I love the Broncos -1.5. I think Jerry Jeudy also has a huge game, which I'll touch upon later, but I love the Broncos as my third pick. Fourth pick, we're taking the Bucks. I mean, anytime you're giving the Bucks a field goal against a horrible team, don't forget they still have all the studs. I think Ray or Chris mentioned this a couple weeks ago. They still have studs. You know, they're not horrible talent-wise on the offensive side of the ball. So I'd like the Bucks getting a field goal against the Indianapolis Colts. Colts are a dump, and we're gonna ride the Bucks here plus a field goal. Now this game is gonna go against Nodder. I love the Pats -4. I think a dead person under center would beat Washington if you play for the New York Giants. The New York Giants have a 92% win percentage against Washington the past 3 decades. So, I mean, no matter who's under center for them. So that game was sort of a wash for me. And, you're going up against a GOAT and Bill Belichick. He's going to find a way to make Tommy's life very difficult today. I love the Pats -4 as my 5th pick in my 5 on fire.
Roger that, Bri. God, I hope the Pats don't cover. I hope they don't win, but I hope they do for the sake of your picks. That's about it. I'm hoping for the sake of my pick, which will be a top 3. Maybe I should pick the Pats. Anyway, all right. Obviously, my lock of the week this week, I like the Kansas City, Las Vegas under 43.5. Pick number 1. Pick number 2, New Orleans, Atlanta. Desmond Ridder back under center, trying to prove himself. Atlanta's going to put up some points today. New Orleans is going to try to keep up with Derek Carr. I'm taking the over 42.5 there. Carolina, Tennessee, dumpster fire football game of the week. I'm sorry, Brian, anything but the under, but I have 2 unders this week. The other under that I'm taking is in that game. Under 36.5. Tennessee's offense is lethargic, and Carolina is not much better. 2 rookie quarterbacks going head-to-head. Yikes, watch out there. Might be 3-0 at the end. Cincinnati, they're home. They're hosting the Steelers. Jake Browning had a full week with the first team. I like that. He still has T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon. Since he has the weapons, one thing Steelers have is my number. Only reason I hate picking against them. And they have Kenny Pickett, and he stinks. Cincinnati, +2 at home. Give it to me. Last pick, Atlanta. I'm going with the Falcons today, +2 at home. Home dog, taking the 2 points. Let's see what happens. That's my 5 right there. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, boys. Boy, Brian, we added something today. I believe I didn't have time to find my improbable pick. I'm looking and I saw yours and I'm like, man, this guy knows what he is doing. So Brian, I want you to give us the improbable pick of the week this week.
All right, so we got 2 separate plays here in a parlay. Okay, first one is Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen are each going to throw for over 300 yards, and they're each going to have 50-plus rushing yards. And that payout alone, you can take that alone, that payout alone is going to be plus 12,500. I think that, yes, the Eagles' defense is great. However, I do believe that this is going to be a shootout, at least in the second half. And, when these games turn to shootouts, Jalen and Josh find ways to make plays. They're going to each break a long one, over 20 yards at least. So I love that. Plus 12,500 for each of them to have 300 yards passing and 50 yards rushing, to me is a no-brainer. So I love that. You can take that alone. or you can also parlay it with a safety being recorded in the Giants and Pats game. And I love betting a safety being recorded against two shit dump quarterbacks in Mac Jones and Tommy DeVito, and also against a great coach in Bill Belichick. There are going to be some situations where both teams are going to punt the ball a lot. We're going to see a ton of punts today, and what that's going to mean is we're going to see the ball backed up in each of their team's territory. So we're going to see the ball on the 10 and 5 yard line a lot during this game. So I love a safety being recorded. That's plus 1,000. You can take that alone, or you parlay them together, plus 13,500. $50 would win you 67.50. And I love that. I think that's if you were to choose, hey, $50 at the grocery store today or $50 on something, you're putting on that for sure.
Who needs to eat? Nobody got to eat today. No, that's fine.
Listen, you got the smoker going, man. Best smoked turkey you ever had, Mr. Nodder. Full credit. Nodder, were you able to throw your improbable pick together?
I didn't. I thought Brian's was enough for all three of us. First off, I'm not gonna lie, I love the safety gamble right there. I absolutely love that. And let's be real, I think there's a very high probability that happens today. I truly do. I think, like Brian said, a lot of punting, two really bad teams. So yeah, I love that, Brian. No, I would say definitely stack them together though, because your other ones. Listen, Allen and Hurts, they go off today.
I like that.
Like you said, you could have a complete shootout, like just a complete offensive tear of a game. So I think it's listen, we all think they're good when we put them in until the game's at about halftime and we're like, well, that didn't work out so well.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. You know, I mean, listen, if your aunt had a dick, she'd be your uncle. Right, so there's some close calls here. It could go either way, and that's what I mean by that analogy.
There's a lot of close calls with that.
Yep.
Fact that you just put out there. It could be.
Could be close.
Oh my God. Oh boy. Listen, let's get into some parlay picks, and I'm just gonna say that my parlay pick probably is in the improbable pick for me anyway. Usually is. I think I might have hit one since we've been going live here. All right, let me jump right into the parlay pick that I have today. Here are your what do we got? 7 legs. 7 legs, boys. I should have did 8. You could have called me a spider. All right, I have Gus Edwards anytime touchdown score today. How about Justin Herbert struggling? I'm going Herbie under 251.5. Jaylen Warren, I bumped this one up, alternative rushing yards. I'm going Jaylen Warren over 100 yards today. That Cincinnati defense loves to give up some yards on the ground. Tank Dell has been on fire. Nico Collins, Tank Dell, round and round we go. Where he throws it to, nobody knows. But Tank Dell over 63.5, Stroud over 272.5 in that Houston game. Like that, I also am going to add Josh Allen over 262.5 and Jalen Hurts over 244.5. Boys, those are your 7 legs. If you put 100 down on that, your odds are only $24,715. I did throw a quarter on that one. It's like plus 68, something along those lines and change. So that's where I'm going today with my prop parlay picks. Brian, what do you got?
All right. Just a 3-leg here. Okay, Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown. I think that's hot. Plus 137, especially with some weapons being out. He's gonna have to create some plays with his legs. I love Lamar anytime touchdown. Plus 137. Jerry Jeudy's been getting a lot of heat this year. A lot of heat, and I think it's about time that he goes off the way Russell's playing as well. I love Jerry Jeudy. 2+ touchdowns today, so he has to record at least 2 or more. That's plus 2,500. And then going on the Hurts and Allen train, I'm big on it. I think it's a high-scoring game today. Love Hurts and Allen, 200+ yards passing. That's easy for them, 200+. And then they're going to have 2 touchdowns each. They have to be in the air, okay? And that's plus 250. $50 on that 3-leg brings you home $14.43, which is the average price of groceries a month for an American family of 3.
It's all about the food today, man. It's all about the food.
And to be in full disclaimer, that's not accurate. I literally just made that up. That number's not right. So it could be a lot more than that. The average family spends of 3 on groceries a month, but that sounds like something that would be accurate.
Oh boy! All right, Nada, what are you looking like today?
All right, I went a little over the. I don't want to say maybe over the top, but I put a lot of variables into this one. It's a 9-legger. I got 3 same-game parlays attached together. Okay, I haven't done this yet this year. Yeah, I went a little crazy. I was feeling pretty good this morning, so I'm like, I'm just going to go for it. So my first one is going to be the Patriots and Giants. I have Saquon Barkley, anytime touchdown scorer. Saquon finally had himself a game last week. He's really the only true offensive weapon that the Giants have, so I think he's going to run one in today. I also have Tommy DeVito over 175 passing yards. Okay, so that's my first same game parlay. This is now attached to the Jacksonville Jaguars and Houston Texans game. I got Travis Etienne over 67.5 rushing yards. I got the Jacksonville Jags money line. I also like CJ Stroud going off here today. I got him over 272.5 passing yards. That is attached to the Kansas City Chiefs and Las Vegas Raiders. Pacheco, anytime touchdown scorer. I think that he's phenomenal. I think he's really shown a lot this year, so I like him going in for a touchdown today. I got Patty Mahomes over 262.5 passing yards. I also threw the spread in there, Chiefs minus 9.5, and then I like okay, so that's it for that one. And then I also threw in the Rams Cardinals. I just threw James Conner in for over 68.5 rushing yards. He's hooked me up twice, 2 weekends in a row as far as his rushing yards go. I've hit, so I feel comfortable that he's going to have himself a good day today. So that will so $10 wins you $1,722.22. The odds are plus 17,127. It's a long shot. It's a long shot, but when you break it down, it doesn't look as bad. So I feel good about it, and it's only $10, so I'm not really too concerned. But yeah, I went a little over the top today, but I wanted to try something different. So that's what I got, boys, for the prop parlays.
Love it.
Gentlemen, I'll say we got a pretty good pick of games today. I'm feeling pretty confident. I think I feel confident every week. Big things happening today, Bri. We got safeties going on. We've got 17 leg parlays going on, Notter. I mean, we did improbable picks. Brian gave a pretty good. He gave a great parlay, 3-leg parlay. I thought it was a great parlay.
I might even throw. I might actually, not to interrupt you, Ray. I think I might actually use Brian's parlay right there because I do like that. I like that a lot, to be honest.
Throw it in there. Throw it in.
I mean, it's not going to hurt. Improbable is the word of the day today. So as we go along today, I want to see how many times we might be able to use that word improbable. I'm going to go to work today. I'm going to work a little overtime. And every time an inmate asks me a question, I'm going to say it's improbable. No matter what. Can I get a tray? Improbable. Can I get a pad? Improbable.
Ray works in a prison.
Yes,
he does. He works in a prison.
For those that don't get that.
Listen, this is my therapy, boys, and I appreciate you coming on here every week and allowing me that free space in my head. You know what I mean? By the way, if you have a gambling problem or anybody you know has a gambling problem, there's a number. See, I did not go to the exit.
There's the number.
That's it.
There's a number on the screen. That number is right there. 1-888-789-777. Or you can visit ccpg.org. I believe that was the thing up earlier. I don't know. You got any exit words?
Yeah, just remember, folks, it's going to be a close one. Every game's going to be close today. It could go either way. So if your aunt ends up with a dick,
I agree.
He's your uncle.
I agree with Brian. I went more money lines today than normal because I think the spreads are very small. And I think a good day. Like Brian said, it's a terrible slate of games. Just
horrible.
Matchups are pretty bad. So yeah, be smart. Don't chase your losses. And hopefully you guys have a fantastic Sunday.
We out.
What can I do for you, Rod? You just tell me, what can I do for you?
Here it is.
I want to make sure you win.
Show me the money.
Show you the money. Show you the money. Show me the money. Show me the money!